Today we're going to meet Sasha from Paramount Conveyancing, who's going to give us an insight into Section 32, Section 27, all that mumbo jumbo that people sometimes aren't quite sure on. Let's go to the interview.
Well, Sasha, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this industry.
Well, I'm the director of Paramount Conveyancing, and basically I've been in the industry for about 10 years now, and we've been established for 3 years. So we specialise in buying and selling property and assisting our clients with that process.
Terrific. What are some of the biggest mistakes you've seen people make when they go through that buying or selling transaction?
Yeah, so the main thing we see is with buyers, we find that a lot of clients sign a contract without actually taking it to a conveyancer, so they haven't actually sought legal advice first, and this poses a concern if there's any caveats on title, planning restrictions, development overlays that they may not be aware of as well. So it's really important for them to take it to a conveyancer first to have a look at, and we'll advise them of those issues. The other thing we find is a lot of clients enter into a contract unconditionally, which means that if their finance isn't approved, they may have issues further down the track. So it's really important to ensure that any special conditions that need to be put in the contract are put in, and again, they need a conveyancer to guide that through the process.
So we hear it every weekend, but what is a Section 32? It sounds like industry talk. Put simply, what is that document?
Okay, so Section 32 is the main document that forms part of the sale of a property. What happens is a conveyancer would prepare that on behalf of the vendor, and it's a full disclosure about the property. So any leases or owners corporations, any covenants and development overlays need to all be disclosed in the Section 32, as well as any council rates and certificates that are still owing on the property. So conveyancer would prepare that, and then any prospective purchasers would look at that contract or that Section 32 before buying a property.
Okay, great. Now, most of the clients watching this, Sasha, are probably potential sellers at some point or thinking about making a move. What is a Section 27 and how would that help them?
Yeah, so Section 27 basically is a document that's prepared again by a vendor's conveyancer, and this allows the vendor to have access to the deposit prior to settlement taking place. Generally an agent holds onto that deposit until settlement, but what happens is we prepare that and both the vendor and purchaser will sign so that they can have access prior to settlement. This is really good for vendors that are looking to purchase another property, so that they get access to that deposit, and they may need it to put onto a deposit for another property that they're looking at purchasing.
Sasha, a lot of people are daunted by the process of buying the property. What are some advice you have for people who are looking to purchase a home?
The first thing I'd tell them is to take the contract to a conveyancer prior to signing. We will review the contract and make sure there's nothing in there that may pose a concern for them. There's always certain things like covenants or development overlays that may affect them further down the track. We get a lot of clients that might be looking to subdivide the block, and there might be registered easements on the back of the property, which might restrict them later on in subdividing it and building a house on the back of that land. So those things are issues that they may face, so we would advise them of that and the necessary steps to sort of get around those things.
And what is that advice? What does that cost?
Yeah, so basically we charge an all-inclusive fee. So for us to review the contract and to prepare all these documents is all included in our fee. We don't charge anything on top of our base fee.
Fantastic. Sasha, thanks for being on the show. You've given us some great insight, and thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.